Hello and thank you very much for joining this course on data analysis step by step and decision making dashboards in Excel. In this course you will learn about what is a data analysis and how we can make the decision making dashboards using the Excel advanced techniques. So let's begin by understanding what is data analysis. Data analysis is a process of inspecting, cleaning, transforming and modeling the data. The goal here is to discover the useful informing conclusions, uncovering the hidden patterns, knowing the unknown correlations, and then using all this information to support your decision making. So, in a very simple terms, this data analysis is a process of obtaining the raw data and converting it into information which is useful for decision making by users. So let's look at the steps, or what are the steps involved in the data analysis. The data analysis is done step by step. So first step is we must understand the objectives of why we want to do the data analysis, what are our decision making requirements. The second step is the data collection, how we collect the data. It can be through surveys, it can be through the ERP, it can be through the website traffic, it can be through the social media, it can be through various other means by collecting the manual data. Once the data is collected in the raw form, it needs to be cleaned and processed, because it may have duplicates, it may have blanks, it may not be, some data may not be relevant. So we must clean the data first. Then we make the reports and dashboards to analyze the data and then identify the correlations, patterns, or whatever information based on our decision making requirements at step 1. Then the final stage is the communication and evaluation of what you have done so far. The communication of the data is normally done in readable formats of like dashboards, graphs, or pivot tables, charts. So this is how we communicate the data, and then we evaluate the information which is concluded from the analysis. If there are certain questions, or if there are more detailed information is required, then we go back to the first step and then do it again step by step. So the data analysis is essentially a circular form where it's a continuous journey. Hello and welcome back. In the previous video we learned about the data analysis in five steps. The first step was to understand the objective, why we want to do the data analysis, what is the decision making point. So the first thing we want to, now in this video we will explain more details of what are the decision making points. The decision making points are essentially the decisions that you want to achieve through the data analysis. So let us look at it. For example, in a business scenario where you have hundreds of products, where you sell hundreds of products every day through their website. Now by using the manual methods, it is impossible to know a lot of business decisions. So what are those business decisions that we may want to achieve? So we may want to know what are the most sold products on the platform, what is the most profitable product on the platform. Are there any products which are sold but not so much, which are sold a lot but they are not profitable? Are there any products which we are selling at a loss? Are there any product where the sales is limited due to any like demand constraints or time constraints or pricing? Or are there orders which are where the customers are looking at the cart but is abandoned? How many times is it? What is the capture ratio? What are the reasons? What type of customers are buying the product? What are the opportunities? What other products they are buying together, so that you can build a recommendation system. So these are the many decision making points. In generally, to generalize in all the situations, we can categorize these decision making points into two. We want to know how much, and we may want to know who, what, where and when. So let's look at it now. We may want to know how much or how many of the product or customers or how or sales is there. we want to know how long it takes to deliver the item, or what are the sales period, or what are the time what is the difference between the purchase time and the selling time, so how quickly it is being sold. And then we may want to answer also, we may want to know who are the customer profiles, who are the market segments that we are serving, what products that we are selling, what products are getting sold the most, where it is coming from, where the customers are coming from, or where the products are being buying from. And then we also want to know the time, when, how long it is being sold, in what period what is being sold. So these are the decision making points in nutshell. In the next video, we'll be learning about how to correlate the data, the input requirements based on these decision making points. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for listening. Hello and welcome back. In the previous videos, we learned about the data analysis steps. These are data decision making points. In this video, we will be learning about how we assess the data requirements, and how do we collect the data. What are the things we keep in mind while we are collecting the data. So in the previous video, we briefly touched upon an example of a website or e-commerce business which is selling the products, and where they wanted to know how many products are sold, what are the most profitable products, what are the products which is sold most but not profitable, is there any product at loss, is there any product which is where the sales is constrained, is there any product which is sold together, is there any carts which are abandoned. So these are all the information which is required. So we specify the data variables, decision points, which are normally numerical and which are categorical, which is category of products, region, type of customers. Numerical means products, revenue, cost. So in this for example, or in this example, we are now going to make a data variable. So we want to know the products, we want to know the pricing, we want to know the costing of the product. We also want to categorize the product, which category of product are being sold, which so when you are defining the data sets of the website, how it collects the data, we are telling the system these are the data variables that we want to collect so that we can make certain decisions. We want to collect the type of customers. So when the person is logging into the website, you are asking what type of customers are they, how is their profile, how old are they male, female, student, businessman, or what kind of, where they are from, which country they are from, which religion they are from, maybe. You may also want to collect are they married or unmarried, so that you can understand better the behavioral pattern of your customers. Then you may want to know, that give the data variables. Okay, you want to collect the item code of the product, you want to collect the price, you want to collect the cost, you want to collect how much is the order, how many orders are there in one order, how many products are being sold, so that you can see is there any opportunity of giving bulk discounts or promoting the website, the data. So these are all the data variables which we can learn from our data requirements. Now, for example, let us take another example where we want to understand. Let's say we want to analyze the traffic data of a toll gate. Let's say we want to understand how many cars are being passed by from the toll gate, how many of them are public vehicles, how many of them are private vehicles, and then how many of they are going for business, how many of they are going for their personal use. So you want to collect the data points, right? Now you want to collect, okay, these are so you may want to count the cars which are passing by each timestamp. So there must be in the data, there must be a number timestamp, there must be a number plate, or you can say type of car, because even though you can do it from number plate, so that you can interface it together with the transport authority to know what car are personal, what car are business, what are the taxis, or what are the private vehicles. From the number plate you can easily know, but you must know how many of them are two-wheelers, how many of them are three-wheelers, how many of them are four-wheelers. So you may also want to know the vehicle specifications. You may also want to know the brand of the motor also, so that you can know the you can judge the affordability or the market segment of the travelers as well. And then so these are the data decision making points which you are trying to assess the data based on data requirements based on your decision making points. Now, after you have decided what data you need, you must collect the data. So the data can be collected from the ERP, from the toll gates, from the social surveys, or based on the decision making points that we want to know. But we must keep certain things, that data must be segmented and referenced to the common sets. For example, the customer profiles can be collected at one place, make a sample set, and then it's just cross reference to the individual transactions, so that you don't have to repeat the whole customer profile for every single transactions. And also there must be a check, so that you make sure that the one transaction is not coming twice. We will learn in the next video how to clean up the data, how to identify the duplicate transactions. That is a separate thing, but we must from the collection point of view, it also must be make sure there is no duplicacy, there is no empty data, so that we don't need to refine the data too much, and then the data integrity is maintained. So in the next video we will learn about how to clean up the data which we have collected so far. Stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching.